This video will introduce you to concepts regarding secure computing. We will teach you how to stay safe in our modern connected world, covering topics from browser security to strong passwords and password managers to last but not least 2- and 3-factor authentication.
So firstly, starting with browser security. When connected to the internet, you are constantly broadcasting your data, whether intentionally or not. Even innocent data like screen resolution or browser version can be used to compromise your security and privacy. It is very important to be aware of your digital footprint and how to stay secure on the internet. Most people know of HTTP. However, the newer protocol, HTTPS, is much more secure as it encrypts all data traveling between websites. Add-ons such as HTTPS Everywhere will automatically select HTTPS over HTTP when available on a website. Many websites will introduce vulnerabilities to your browsing experience through items that connect to third-party sites, such as frames and advertisements. Client-side scripts can also be used maliciously to compromise your data, whether intentionally or not. Ad-blocking add-ons such as uBlock can improve your experience by blacklisting these sites. More technical users can use uMatrix to selectively blacklist all sorts of elements on a website, such as the frames, scripts, or XHR. Securing your DNS requests. A DNS server is used to convert a URL to an IP, used to connect to the correct server. This introduces another point of attack where information can be compromised or where your requests can even be maliciously redirected. Programs like OpenDNS add features such as filtering or phishing protection to your device's built-in DNS system. To make your DNS connections even more secure, use a program like DNSCrypt to encrypt your DNS requests so only you and the destination can know what data you are sending. Finally, most importantly, make sure you're connecting to the right website to begin with. Double-check the URL, look at the little icon on the left for the site security certificate, and if still in doubt, use a website like Google's Transparency Report to check the website for any unsafe content.
Now let's talk. A company system needs a username and password to protect the data and privacy of the company. A system without password is like your front door without any lock. Anyone can go in, and there are rules to create a password. A weak password like 1234, a too simple password is not. Those passwords are very easy for hackers to crack. And when they hack in your system, your data and all the privacy stuff will be stolen by them. So what makes a strong password? First of all, the length. Make sure the longer the better, but make sure you can remember them. The second one is the strength. Make sure not to use a common word like apple or peach. Use some creation. It is good including some special characters and numbers. And make sure change your password regularly. Let's say once a month. And make sure do not repeat your old password. Don't use them again. Useful tools to help you to create a powerful password. Password Manager is a very powerful tool. It can create a strong password for you, and you don't need to remember them. You can create a lot of strong password as long as you remember one strong master password, and you can get any other password out of the master password. And you can use dice wire passphrase. This is a method that you roll 5 dice in a row to get a number, then there is a list you can get the word. So you can get a long random password from that list, and you can roll it 5 or 6 times to create a unique password that is hard to hack, to crack. I suggest you use this method to create a master password for your password managers. And also there are third-party authorization which you can log in with your Google account or Facebook account. This one is convenient, but this one's not secure. If a hack crack your Facebook or Google account, they will have the password to hack into your system and steal even more stuff, privacy data, and other things from you.
2 and 3-factor authentication. Authentication is validating that you are who you say you are. The simplest and least secure factor of authentication is something you know, for example, your password. This is because this information can easily be replicated by hackers. 2-factor authentication involves something you know and something you have, such as a keycard or mobile phone. This makes it inherently harder to provide authentication, as the something you have should only be accessible by you and therefore harder to replicate. The authentication, which completes 3-factor authentication, is something you are. For example, your retina, your voice, or your fingerprint. As something you are contains your DNA, it is unique to you and you only, and it cannot be replicated. This makes 3-factor authentication the most secure, but also the most expensive. To protect your safety in today's connected world, you should always be aware of secure browsing methods, always create strong passwords or use password managers, and if possible, always use 3-factor authentication to ensure security. This concludes our video on secure computing. We're excited. And the names of everyone who used them.